Korben and the Invisible Tooter. Can Korben prove it wasn't him? Korben has a legendary giggle and a big love for monster trucks, but he also has a secret. An invisible friend named Flibber McPoot, who loves to make spectacular poofs at the worst possible times. A hilarious rhyming story from Pawpaw. To Korben, for my clever and bold grandson, may your life always be full of monster trucks, huge block towers, and a giggle that brightens every room. Love you, buddy. Pawpaw. Meet Korben, who's clever and quick, with a giggle that comes with a snort and a hiccup like hick. He builds giant towers, tells jokes with a grin, and he has an invisible, mischievous friend. His friend's name is Flibber McPoot, a wiggly, giggly, invisible toot. He zooms through the air, he zooms through the air. He flips and he swoops, and sometimes he lets out spectacular poofs. At breakfast one morning, all quiet and neat, Dad buttered his toast, Mom poured juice to drink sweet. Then suddenly, pfft, a rumble, a squeak. Dad blinked twice and said, "Korben, was that your cheek?" Korben said no, it was Flibber McPoot. He's right over there making musical toot. But Dad only chuckled and shook his head slow. There's no one there, buddy, just you that I know. At school, during circle, so quiet and still, Miss Lila read softly with calm, gentle skill. Then out of the silence, oh dear, every kid turned and stared at Korben with cheer. It wasn't me, really, I promise, it's true. It's Flibber McPoot. He just floated right through. The children all giggled. Miss Lila just smiled. That's quite an excuse from a very creative child. Korben leaned over and whispered, "Now stop. This isn't the time for your toot-titty-plop." But Flibber just wiggled and gave a small squeak right out of his invisible beak. At snack time, a toot. On the rug, another. In line for the slide, one more after the other. They came in a chorus, a grassy parade, the loudest and proudest that were ever made. Korben felt flustered. His face turned bright red. "No one believes what I'm trying to say," he said. Flibber just giggled and spun in the air, blowing out bubbles of toot everywhere. At recess, Korben sat down all alone. "I wish you would stop," he let out with a groan. "You're getting me blamed for each toot and each pop. Flibber McPoot, you just have to stop." Flibber went quiet, then softly replied, "I'd stop if I could, but they just slip outside." A teeny weeny snuck into the air. Korben just sighed. "This is hardly fair." But then, what's this? A wiggle? A shake? A bounce in his pocket that made his shirt quake? Korben looked down with a puzzled outlook. Did something just move in the front of my nook? A rustle, a wiggle, a sudden small plop, and out of his pocket came ribbit pop, a teeny green frog with a gleam in his eye, who puffed up his cheeks like he might try to fly. At snack time, a toot. On the rug, another. In line for the slide, one more after the other. They came in a chorus, a grassy parade, the loudest and proudest that were ever made. Korben just grinned. "I told you, you see, it wasn't my toots, it wasn't from me." The frog gave a ribbit, all proud as could be, while somewhere nearby, Flibber giggled with glee.